Now then, I'm kind of halfway through making me Valentines, and I thought I'd better show you some old ones I've done. This one's really old one. Don't even think it was. I think it was more for a birthday, to be honest, that one. It's a little love bug. It's just one of... You can see how old it is. It's just covered in... Yeah. So I started off really quite simple. I did loads of the traditional sort of cards. But this is one I really, really like. So it's, as you can see, it's a film, 35mm film. But I put paper in there. And... Can we see this? I'll put it, make it in the middle. Are you a camera? Because each time I see you, I smile. Then on the back, Happy Valentine. So it was actually made really, really quickly, was that? But I really like that one, and I might revisit that at some point and make it a lot more complicated. Design inside, because that Are You a Camera I did again, which I didn't realise, but you know, when you've known somebody as long as we have, you do end up doing the same things over and over again. So yeah, nice bit of wool stringing all that together, and this is showing signs of age now. It's all but Are You a Camera, and then inside, because every time I look at you I smile. Ah. So yeah, I've obviously done that twice. I'm not going to wrap that up, it'd take too long. But this was my piece de resistance. Basically it's a packet of cards. This ribbon, incidentally, is from my wedding present from Sandra to me from Tiffany's, and that's what was wrapped up in the box. And if you're interested, she bought me a silver knife for sharpening pencils. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and get it right in the middle. 52 Reasons Why I Love You. So the first one's a joke one, and basically I made a full pack of cards, which is playable. It's a proper pack of cards. Yeah, so there's lots of, I'm not going to go through, you know, just some are simple, some are a little bit more complicated, but the numbers were done through the Sizzix, as were these, and as were these. This is the card itself was an ATC card, which is artist trading card, which I'm going to revisit at some point. You Inspire Me, Forgetting Films, You Are You. So there's lots of Your Sense of Humour. Oh, and the other thing, these on here, which I hope that's still in focus, I cut rubber stamps, and it's the first time I'd ever cut a rubber stamp. So as you can see, this one's got quite square edges, but yeah, so I made a pack of cards from scratch. So I never really thought I was going to top that one. I thought that's pretty much. I even made the little box that they go in. So I was quite pleased with that. But this year, like I say, this is 52 cards. I've actually made 365 cards this year. So right, I'm going to move them to one side and show you what I'm doing next. Now then, so what I'm doing here is I'm cutting the luggage labels for Sandra's Valentine's card, or Valentine's, I don't know what you would call it really, thing. A friend of mine has given me some lovely nice paper, And what I've done is cut that paper into strips, so each one is cut into strips, and then I'll just wipe all that off there, and then I've cut those strips into threes. This is a Sizzix machine, and it's a die cutting machine, and this die cuts lots of different shapes. So these are the shapes it cuts. It's right on there. That's the now every time I've seen anybody using these, they put the paper down, they put the thing on the top, they put the spacer on the top of that, and then the cut. Because there's 10 different shapes on here, and I only want the one shape, I'm doing it face up, and I don't know if that makes any difference at all, but you can get it right on the little bit that you need, so you're not wasting any paper. Push it through the rollers, back to there, and here presto, it's cut it out. Now, because I've got 365 of these to cut out, I'm doing 4 at a time. Now, you probably won't see on the video, but because I'm doing 4 at a time, the bottom couple, it gives it a little bit of a beveled edge around there. And if you go any more than that, it makes that beveled edge really bad, and it makes the rest of them, the cut's not as nice. So I'm doing 4, I'm doing it face up. Like I say, it's not the normal way to do that, but it saves paper, and I think I've only just got enough to do the project with, and that's kind of about it. Can you see I've just got right to the very edge on that one? I could have come further back this way, but it's still a good luggage label. The 3 are there. So. Right, so I'll shut up and I'll just get on and start cutting. Right then, so I'll have to stop saying so all the time, I think. I didn't realise I did that until I started doing these videos. That's 144, not including my tester ones, once this one's through. So I'll switch the video off. There's no point in me just videoing the same thing over and over again. It was a bit stupid doing what I've already done. I'll just keep going. So just take my own word for it, there's a bleed on the paper. If I write quickly, trouble is I'm not very good at spelling, so I have to keep looking. So yeah, I'm going to use this. The pen I'm using is the Ahab Noodler Flexi Nib fountain pen, which I really like this one. I don't really have a lot of fountain pens, but this is definitely my favourite I've ever used. The ink I've got in it at the moment is the Bulletproof Black, which is supposed to be a very permanent ink. Like the paper will rot away, but the ink will still be left. I just made that up, I don't think that's true. Anyway, so you don't really need to see this. I'll just do 1 or 2, just so you can see, and I'll probably ruin loads of these. Can you see what I'm doing? So for some reason I was showing you how to do it without it being on camera, which is really useful. So the ribbon I've got is ribbon from a flower shop, and it's a nylon type of ribbon. It would be better if it was cloth ribbon because it wouldn't do that, and I'm already experiencing trouble getting it through the little hole and then through itself because it keeps curling up and then making a not very nice. That's not too bad, that one actually. So but to be honest, I've got this ribbon and I think it would cost an awful lot more to try and get some. So that's the idea. It's not really going to be that in focus, I don't think. But obviously there's only two in there at the moment. And the idea is that I've got to do all of these. So as I said, there's a year's worth there. So every day Sandra can get a card out, a little inspirational quote out of the jar. Let's get it there, and hopefully start a day with something nice to read. So I've started cutting these, but I think there's not even 20. So, and it's took ages to cut them up to now. But I think if I cut too many at once, they'll all tangle together, and then I'll just cause myself more problems. So I'm just going to do these, cut some more, do them, cut some more, do them, cut some more. So yeah, that's a good few hours work there for myself. This was a real time saver. A pencil across two pencil sharpeners with the ribbon on. It whizzed off. It was absolutely brilliant. Real time saver. So this is the end result, and as you can see, it's not in a mason jar. It's actually in a mason bowl. Yeah, I think everybody else could see it wasn't going to fit apart from me. But I think it works quite well as it is. The only thing wrong with it is my handwriting, really, and how appalling my handwriting is and my spelling. But I think, you know, as they say, it's the thought that counts. But I think spending time on a Valentines is more important, and hopefully Sandra will get some good vibes over the next year.